Greetings, traveler.
Embrace the shadow.
Hopefully this should work. You should be able to click on the screen and select your card. Felweaver was excluded for you. That might just be a one-time thing, so let's see if it continues. You're just seeing a micro? All right, so try refreshing. I'm just gonna pick the Reaver here, because it seems like, it's funny, maybe everyone only sees 2 cards, but the Reaver still wins, right? So we're gonna pick the Reaver, we're gonna see if it fixes itself, right? So let's not panic too much too early. It's fixed, it just takes a while to load. Ah, yes. But that would require patience. I'm not sure if we can use that. It seems like a very painful and troublesome solution. All right. Okay, looks like you guys want the coil. I think that's fine, right? The Reaver, I think, is a slam dunk pick. Reaver is just amazing, especially first pick. You can just build your deck a little bit more towards a Reaver deck, even though, you know, it fits almost everywhere. Coil, I think, is fine. I don't like the Micro Machine. I think 1 Soulfire could be okay, but I really don't want 2. So I think the Coil here is sort of the natural pick, so that's fine. Patience, yeah. Ain't nobody got time for patience, right? All right, is the problem still the same? Is the 3rd card loading in slowly? You only saw Footman. All right. Then let me try reloading the cards. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna just reboot everything. If that doesn't work, then, well, screw me. Might not have to chat drafts, and I will have to talk about it. I guess we'll go and pick the Drain Life, right? But I'm just gonna redetect, see if that fixes it by any means. That worked? All right. Do you guys want a second vote now that you have all the cards available, or you just want to pick the Drain Life? Looks like it's winning regardless. All right. So we'll pick Drain Life, move on, and I hope that from now on it just loads in properly. If not, I'll have to just redetect. I would have picked a Footman there, I think, but so it's a little tricky. You can use the Footman as food for the Evil Genius. Hope you get that. And Footman in the late game is also pretty decent, but the thing is, Drain Life in the late game is also kind of okay. Only 2. Can't see the Ogre. All right. Well, this is a pretty easy pick, right? So we'll pick Ogre, move on. I will get an email out to CD Man and see if there's anything that's going on for me. Why this isn't working. All right, looks like we have 68 votes for the Spider Tank. I would consider Sky Golem, but I will tell you guys that well, then again, Warlock isn't really high up on the win rates either, right? Warlock's like number 4, right? Like bottom up. You have Warrior, Priest, Warlock, Warlock. No, Warrior, Hunter, Priest, Warlock, I think. So Warlock's still not a great class, so whenever I'm playing the lower tier classes, I'm pretty happy just stacking good late game and just figuring out a way to make it work. It's definitely not the Coil, no. It's either because the Coil is just worse at value than the Sky Golem, and it's worse at tempo than the tank, so it's sort of just not the pick here. I think on my own I would pick Sky Golem, and I would just make it work, but I don't hate tank. The thing is, like, yeah, tank is better if we're going to get a well-functional deck, and everything is just going to happen for us, but I've been getting so many dysfunctional decks that it just feels better for me to just draft quality and let the quality carry me. So it's tough, right? Because if we get a good curve with high quality cards, I agree that the tank is better. But if we don't get that, then just having higher quality cards is probably just better. And I do think the Sky Golem is of higher quality than the tank. But the tank will make it more likely we curve out, so it's a tricky one. Well, yeah, okay, maybe for chat draft it's the Sky Golem. It's fine. I have the utmost confidence in you guys, your ability to draft a well-functional, nicely curving deck, high quality. I don't think you need late game with the Fel Reaver. Well, the Fel Reaver is one card. We can't, yeah. One card? Yeah. It's a little rude towards Cogmaster and Jouster, but there is only one card in the pack. This is correct. But it's a little rude, nonetheless. Shady, I have found that the third card that doesn't show is in the middle if you want to vote for it. Shady, I found that the third card that doesn't show is in the middle if you want to vote for it. You mean the third card here, or... Yeah, I like the Shredder here as well. I like the Shredder. We're sort of going down that path, right? We picked the tank and we said, I don't want the stinky Sky Golem. I want to curve and I want to destroy some people. And Shredder definitely fits that curve, so it's nice. Oh, you can vote in the middle. You can click in the middle for the third card. Oh. We could try that, but I'm not sure. It's hard to test though, right? It seems like it's... Okay, so... It seems like it's working well enough for enough people that we're good. But yeah, I definitely want it fixed so it's smooth for everyone, right? Or at least, you know, maybe the Raptor here. Well, it's hard to say because the Raptor is just, you know, kind of just worse than a Thespian. So yeah, it's hard to test. It's hard to test. It's funny, when I redetect, it works fine, but I don't want to redetect for every pick, right? Okay, looks like we are going with the Thespian. Once again, on my own, I'd pick the Ogre here, and I'd just be like, I'll get there. Things will work out. I feel we can get too light with Thespian here, because I don't like 3/2s, right? So I'll start off by saying that. I do not like 3/2s. I think they're way too vulnerable. They're pretty lousy genius food, yada yada yada. So I would reserve those early game slots for better decks. You would have 3 6s here. Yeah, I would have just picked an Ogre but I'm not saying it's right? Like that's sort of the mindset I'm in right now, the way I'm drafting, and it's working out fine. I think if I were a rogue or a mage, I would have picked a tank in the piloted Sky Golem, because as a rogue or a mage, maybe even as a druid, I would just expect to get there, right? I'm a top 3 class. I'm going to get good cards. I'll focus on my curve. I think if you're not playing a top 3 class and you're just going to focus on your curve, a lot of the time you're going to end up with a deck that's just worse than one of the top 3 classes. And then when you face off against one of the top 3 classes, you just get wrecked, right? So usually I try to do something a little different when I'm playing a lower win rate class. It's Thursday. No, it's not Thursday. All right. Bronze Gatekeeper makes a lot of sense in this deck. Absolutely. I hope this is just delay, but oof, man. I feel like we haven't chat drafted in a while, and now it's not been like, it's not like polished. It's not up to speed, so I don't know. I guess maybe we weren't expecting another chat draft, right? Why did it slow down so much? I'm not entirely sure, so I don't want to, you know, put forth anything that I'm not sure about. But we'll see. I'll send an email and I'll see if I can get a little bit more information. Yep. Implosion's pretty straightforward there. Can you explain this pick? Implosion is just a really good card, and there's not much else to it. On average, the card will give you 3 1/1s for 3 damage on 4 mana. That's pretty good. If you low roll the 2, sometimes it's game defining, sometimes it's just slightly below average. If you roll a 4, it's the absolute nuts. Seems like we have a divide versus the more trustworthy, straightforward Heckler and the potentially value cannon with having some mechs already. It's pretty neck and neck. I guess we'll do first to 50 just because it's pretty close. I don't think I can put the votes too much higher. All right, looks like we're gonna end up with a heckler. Probably. I haven't really played enough Fell Cannon to tell you if it's correct with this amount of mechs. The usual problem with Fell Cannon is that it's pretty good the turn it comes down because you have the mechs, but then the turn after, you play things that aren't mechs and then it's awkward. You start shooting your own things. So on my own, I probably picked the heckler here, but I wouldn't have hated to see if we could make the Fell Cannon work. But yeah, it's usually pretty awkward. Like first turn pretty good, second turn it gets really awkward. Yeah, especially in the higher wins, there's going to be opponents with a lot of mechs anyway. All right, Scribe, move on. You should have been around. I actually have the perfect draft for you, Rex. I'm actually gonna find this draft for you. You should watch it because it feels like you're being merps here, which is not a bad thing, of course. Who remembers the draft where we initiated merps into Ways of the Value? Collins and I showing merps around. This will be a pretty funny draft for you because it feels like you're doing the same thing as merps was doing. You'd love to see it work, but it seems wrong to me. Yeah, but just, I mean, watch the video. So essentially it's more of a paradigm shift when if you assume that everyone is a very capable drafter you're going to be playing against, they are going to be mulliganing correctly, and they are going to pressure you, yes, it is wrong to draft this much late game. Absolutely. However, that is not a correct assumption. A lot of the people you're going to be playing against, they're going to be stuck doing silly value things. They're going to play inefficient with their mana. They're not going to mulligan correctly, etc., etc., etc. So there's going to be lots of inefficiencies for you to capitalize on. If you give yourself a lot of late game options, you have a lot of tools to work with to punish the lack of pressure coming out of the opponent. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Reaver and move on here, by the way. I agree with the Reaver. We can comment on it in a little bit. But I think it's a funny concept because I used to be more like you guys right now. Well, not you guys, right? But this Rix in particular, right? Where I'm like, you know, this can't be good, right? Like, what if they do this? And I was like, what if my opponent would play the way how I would play? But they don't. They don't play the way how I would play. They don't pressure you that well. And the thing is, sometimes it happens. The guy gets a perfect curve. He knows how to play. He knows how to draft. He absolutely destroys you. That's one game. Even if that happens twice in a run, you've only lost twice. Whereas the chance that you're going to lose to someone who doesn't necessarily know what he's doing, but he outvalues you because of, you know, we all have this, right? Like just... they have the perfect thing at the right time. They have this wild pyro that clears your board. They have this like multi-shot that hits perfectly. You have no pressure. We've all been there where we're pressuring an opponent. They have the perfect answer. And then you're like, how do you have this much late game? Don't you know the draft? And you end up losing, right? If you give yourself a lot of late game, in those games, because you're going to be playing better, because you know how to pressure better, you're probably going to win because you have the means to beat them. Now, there are certain metas, expansions, where it works really well to just curve out, but I found that for the most part, having more stuff than the opponent generally works better than pressuring them with a curve. Shady focus. Why? You guys are the ones doing the picks. Why am I focusing? Why am I focusing? All right. Pay attention to what the chat is picking, Shady. All right. Anyways, so double Reaver, yes. Just plain yes, yes, yes. 5 mana 8/8 is good. 2 8/8s is better. Coin 8/8 into another 8/8. Then, yeah, they kill your deck, but you kill their face. All right, so this pick. Do I agree with the Soldier of Fortune? I do not. No. We have a Bronze Gatekeeper already. Framebot is just, it's hard to put into words how much better it is than a Thespian. So this is where I don't have the Thespian, right? And I picked the Framebot and I'm just like, yes, first, very solid early game card. Great at killing tokens. I have a Bronze Gatekeeper. I have some other mechs, so if I'm going to see a War Gear, it's going to be pretty good. If I'm going to get the 3-1 that magnetizes, it's going to be pretty good. Soldier of Fortune is fine, and sometimes just a better pick than Framebot, but Framebot is just solid. Like, there are so many board states where you feel like you can handle anything, and then your opponent plays a Framebot, and you're like, well, fuck, right? You have a piggy in your hand, your opponent plays a Framebot, you're like, no, that's so good. So there's so often this turn 2 or even turn 1 Framebot that just ruins your opponent, right? They just go like, no, that's 5 health, right? Against the Druid, this is like a token slayer. It kills like 3 things. It's beautiful. So yeah, I would love the Framebot here, but I can understand why you chose the Soldier. So go ahead and pick this. I'm gonna take 1 moment, quickly stretching, but I'll be only a couple seconds. Is Soldier's anti-synergy with Fel worth considering? Absolutely, absolutely. I have had a deck where I played 2 Soldiers and a Fel, and it did feel pretty awkward. So I can actually, with a really high degree of certainty, say that the Soldier is a misdraft. The video you linked is of a meta and way slower, right? Well, yes, but the decks are also way slower. I mean, it's hard to compare. Like the deck we draft, let's compare it. What's in there? 3 7-drops, right? That's 8 cards that cost 7 mana or more. We wouldn't even have a single card that costs 7 mana or more. So it's, yeah, I mean, it's in proportion, right? Anyways, Stegotron here. I guess so, right? It's taunt, it's a mech. It's probably fine, yeah. It's not great, but we'll take it. Where one, like, every viewer has 1 veto button, right? Or no, you can vote veto, right? You can vote like Shady fix this shit. Yeah, that'd be funny. Cheapest horse ever. I agree. Giddy up. By the way, the spider tank is looking good. We did get quality. We got an implosion. We got 2 reavers. We did get a little bit more late game. We got a scribe. So I like your tank right now. It's definitely working out. There's also the gatekeeper synergy. All right, Broodmother. I guess, right? I guess. This is just awkward. I don't want any of the others. Who? Does Felreaver work with Silverware? No, Felreaver discards from the top of your deck. I do not believe it works. All right, so Evil Genius, yes. We have the Mecharoo. This is where having the upgradable Framebots sounds way better. But oh well, it's fine. Try to work with it. We're missing targets. That is true. We do have a Mecharoo and we will keep Mecharoo, so that's definitely something. We can also use it in the mid game after using an implosion. We could use it on a 1/1 from a scribe, but we are lacking the classic early game targets for the evil. Right. Safeguard sort of forced there. Alright, still a decent amount of Kraken votes. I think it's definitely Shredder. I think we're a bit of a faster deck where we curve and we have these bunch of 6s right now. I think our late game is fine. I think we just need to make sure that we curve out right now. That's sort of the style we're going for. So the Shredder makes a lot of sense. I think right now what we need to look for is Evil Genius food. A couple more 2s, like Piggies would be great, of course. If we can get a couple of 1s, it's fine. Flame Imp is fine. It's just not a great Evil Genius target. Like Voidwalker's fine. Maybe like a Dalaran Crusader, one of them or so, but that's not high priority. Maybe even doubling imps for 3. So, yeah. I definitely like the Shredder pick. How do I decide when to go with the heavy style? So I will start out by being a little rude and maybe elitist. Is you need to be able to handle it. So if you make your curve worse on purpose, you need to play very well to make up for that. So you need to be confident in it, and that might take time to learn the skill of playing from behind, because you will need to find a turn where you can swing the board. You will need to manage your coin very well and all these things, right? So don't ruin your curve and just pick a bunch of big cards if you're pressed for gold and you have no experience with it. If you want to learn it, go for it, right? Play this like heavier style, run into some trouble and be like, oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have done that. Review your matches. A lot of it is going to be like, how can I not die? And then transition the board into your control at some point and then just have a bunch of late game. It does require you to have a good game sense. So if you're willing to do that, draft it and just try it out. Usually I tell people, go a bit too more off one end, right? Draft a little bit too heavy, see what's too heavy. A lot of the time it's going to be heavier than you think. All right, we're going to pick a Faceless Rager here. How do I feel about that? We have exceptional targets with 2 Reavers and a Fortune. However, it makes the deck a little bit more conditional rather than just having the Carrier. Carrier would work pretty well with our Framebot. Pet bands. Yeah. Oh man, we'd have Framebot, Gatekeeper for the Lance Carrier. We'd have the Horse Rider, we'd have the Mecharoo. It'd be food for the genius. I think if we had the 1/5, I'd definitely be happy with the Lance Carrier. Right now, I can see what you're doing, and it might be the right call. I do see the 2 Reavers. You can coin a Reaver into a Rager, and it's pretty silly. So why not? Let's give it a go, right? Let's give it a go. I can't tell you it's wrong. I see the combo. It's pretty sweet. This could have been a nice zoo deck. Could it have been? I don't know. Which 1-drops did we skip? Which 2-drops did we skip? We skipped the Framebot. Is that it? I don't think this would have been like a straight up zoo deck. All right, Wargear. Oh, Framebot. Pepe hands, man. Pepe hands for Framebot. Yeah, it's pretty rare that skipping Framebot is correct. Framebot's just a good pick. Shut up about the Framebot. All right. Mecharoo, of course, Mecharoo. Oh, Framebot! No. Oh man. Meme Machine? Honestly, the Meme Machine is not so crazy here. You just don't have 2s, but I think the Wargear is so much better. I'd be greedy and I'll make it work. It's fine. Just wait until I get to 5 mana. Yep. I think we're going to be hitting people in the face for 13 quite often. Yeah, Microtech looks great here. Put 2 mechs on board. That looks like a good deal. Is the Shady stream laggy? Right now it's not. I'm not sure if it was a moment ago. So I think this is a tricky pick, right? This is a tricky pick. Lowly Squire, I think, adds very little to the deck. Shattered Sun? Well, first of all, let's look at the curve. Because you might look at this curve and say, oh, we have way too many 3-drops. But do we? We got a Horse Rider. We got a Gatekeeper. We got a Micro Tech Controller. And we got a Tank. That's 4 3-mana cards. Especially when you're low on 1 and 2-mana cards. That's not too high at all. Because the Drain Life is not really a 3-drop play. Nor is the Faceless Rager. So I'm thinking, with Mecharoo, we can coin past turn 2 in half our games. So I want to increase the chance that we do have a 3-drop. So I like the Cleric here, but I can see why you picked Squire. My immediate gut reaction was Squire as well, because I looked at the curve. I was like, oh, I need early game. I was like tapping on 2 is sort of like admitting defeat, right? Right, it's like, yay, I tapped on 2. Great. I feel a little less shit about it. I would rather say like, well, you know, half the games where I get coin, I'm going to increase the chance I can coin past turn 2, which means I'm going to need more 3-drops to do so. But I can see where it's coming from, and I don't think it's crazy, but I think it's the immediate gut reaction, right? It's the Lowly Squire. But I think if you think truly about the matches, you're like, well, probably Shattered Sun is going to be better in the vast majority of the games. So, yeah, I think coining 3s is what we were looking for in this deck, not tapping on 2. Well, look at it this way. if you go Squire into tap on 2, it's slightly less shit. I would rather go for good than slightly less shit, right? I would rather have a killer curve when I have coin and settle that when I'm on the play it's not going to be good than to have like a half measure to make it slightly less shit. All right, this is pretty close. Let's do first to 60, right? I would have done first to 50, but I wasn't looking at the votes. I'm sorry. So first to 60 takes it here, guys. We need 5 more for the healers, 7 more for... Oh, okay, never mind. 3 more for the knight, 2 more for the knight, 3 more for the healer, 1 more for the knight. It's good. Who goes to the finish line first? It's the knight. Medivalista, thank you for the 26 months in a row. Welcome back. Much appreciated. So first of all, do we have enough plays on turn 4? Heckler, Implosion, 2 Shredders, and a Soldier. Yes. Okay, I like the knight. So I think when you look at this deck, you might say, ooh, another 5? No. But then picking the 4-drop only makes sense if you still need 4-drops. So let's look at the 4s. 5 4-drops. They're all pretty much playable on curve. Okay, it's good. Let's take the 5. Because the 5 is just way better, right? And you have 2 Shredders on curve that you can just curve into the knight. There's 4 mechs in the 5 slot, so there's 5 mechs in the 5 slot now. So yeah, I'll take the Clockwork Knight. It's funny that the healer actually... the healer actually, like, zoomed by. Oh, I'm not going to say anything for this pick. I'm just going to let it run for a little bit. 1 moment. Alright. I too want the 2 mana card, but damn my frame bot. Yeah, picking the Wargy here is just too much. It's too much. But damn my frame bot. Alright, just have to say it one more time. My frame bot! God damn it! Oh. This could have been a fun deck, man. Yeah, I mean, it is a really fun deck already. Alright. With the second Genius, I like your Squire now, chat. 2 Genius, I think, justifies picking the Squire there. So good job. Some clairvoyant picks from chat yet again. How do they do it? I don't know, but they get the 300 IQ picks in there. But you never skip dig day. I'll reply to that statement after we make this pick, because there is another dig day in here. How much do I have to donate to ban the word framebot? But what do I do if my opponent plays a framebot? Yes, I like the coil here as well. I just don't like Shovel Fist, man. It's like, it had its peak previous meta, right? But ever since, it's just like, there's Kraken. If I want the 9, it's just better. And we don't want the 9, right? This deck has a bunch of 6 mana cards already. Ideally, right now, I just curve out at 6, which is good 6 mana cards, which is what we have, right? Like, we got a Safe, a Scribe, and an Ogre, and then 2 questionable 6 mana cards. But on top of that, there's 2 Reavers, which is basically a late game card, right, in terms of the stats. So, yeah, I don't like Shovel Fist just making the curve less consistent. So, overall, could have been a bit more streamlined, but I think you did a good job, chat. I like the Faceless Rager. I think it was ambitious, but I might have not gone for it. But I think with the Magnetic and with the 8/8s, it's probably gonna be really good on turn 5 or 6 some of the games.
I will fight with honor. Your soul shall be mine.
All right, we have a Mekaru on 1. It's over. So we could do this, or we could do this. We have so many 5 mana cards that I think I sent Fel Reaver back. We also have 2 Evil Genius, so we want to hit that. If we only had the 1 Reaver and we weren't high on 5 drops, I'd probably keep the Reaver because it's so nice. Hey, but here's another one. What did we take instead of the Framebot? I know this. Oh yes, Soldier of Fortune. A vital pick to any deck. To be fair, Soldier's a good card. I don't mind it. It's just Soldier is really anti-synergy with our Reavers, and it's just, yeah, I mean, Framebot, man. So the way how I approach this dilemma is I can either tap on 2 and guaranteed skip my turn, or I can maybe tap on 3 and maybe skip my turn.
It's hot.
No! Aww. Still worked out. We still got initiative with the tank, which is nice. And we still got our 1-drop to spend our mana, so all is well, I guess. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Ooh. Juicy turn 6 coming right up. I don't know why he traded into the Mekaru, but I'll take it.
It's not just the city of mages.
Seal of Champions kills it, but then he's over shielding, right? If he has an Aldor, the Rager will still get... There's no way he's damaging it, right? So if he has an Aldor, I'll still be able to Rager.
Your rage sustains.
He knows. Like a W.
Got something to hide?
Face? Yeah, why would you want to cash in 5 damage on a Reaver, eh? You want that thing to be alive as long as possible. No! Who is this man? I might actually trade the Reaver then if he's gonna play it like that. We have another one. He heard you. Sorry, chat. Should have get my mouth shut. Should have get my mouth shut. I think I actually trade with the Reaver now. There's no reason to mill our entire deck. It's fine. I guess we save because of the trait Question Marke. Ah, let him have it.
What a tragedy!
Scripe is so much better. If he has a Seal of Champs and he trades the safe, I'm gonna be so sad, so I'd rather go this way. The universe unravels.
I am ready.
Boop. Ooh. Not bad, not bad. Another one! We'll do that next turn, right? The combo.
Put it on paper.
So now we have more cards to mill. It's starting to smell like Enter the Coliseum in here.
Put it on paper. Calm down. I'm a doctor.
Shadow, thank you so much for the 3 months. Sorry for the smell. Welcome back. Slissa, thank you for the sneaky host. Appreciate it. How are you today?
Let me.
How did the Hunter from yesterday go? 2 wins. It was some quite heartbreaking losses. Heartbreaking losses, I will say. Down to 4 health. Oh, cheers, Sonic Bob. So it's you I should be tanking. This feels like bop the shield, see what we get, right?
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Redemption? You served your Pepega. You served your Pepega. I guess if it's auto defense, it doesn't really matter, right? They're both gonna die.
Put it on paper.
Yep. I think I want the pressure right now, yeah. That's not it, but kind of. What's the difference between a raid and a host? So I'm not in, like, this one is more like a offline host. So that's still something else. I think with a raid, I actually don't know. I don't use raid, but I think you have to confirm you're there and you only transfer the active viewers or something like that.
This only works on the simple-minded.
Oh, right. The raid ships them. Yeah. No. I did know the difference. What are the best 3 classes? A rogue, druid, and mage.
Your soul shall be mine.
I guess Shady doesn't host or raid a lot. Hey, I host every stream. Maybe not every stream, but almost every stream. I just don't raid. I'm old school, man. Raid wasn't there when I started streaming. Host wasn't there either. Was there? I don't know. When I started. It's been so long. So old, guys. Five mana mechs. That's pretty. Ooh, baby. 5 mana mechs is pretty common. So. I thought you rated Collins. Yeah, but when I hosted Collins, but when I hosted Collins, how long had I been already streaming? I want to say at least a year and a half or 2 years or something. No! What makes Rogue so good right now? The meta is faster than it's been in a long time. At the start of this expansion, at the start of this rotation, the meta was a lot faster still, but it's still pretty fast right now compared to how it used to be. So Rogue is naturally better in those metas because the dagger is really good for those types of games. Let me first, I guess for, yeah, it's probably going. Wow, okay. That could have ended poorly. I'm talking too much. I should have thought more. What is the reason for not keeping Coil? I want to play minions. I don't want to use Coil. I ended up using Coil anyway. I'm going to focus a bit more on the games, guys. There's a lot of questions in chat. I don't mind answering them, but I'm playing with your average here. I have people to answer to, right? They're like, you know, Shady, if we don't go 12, you know what's gonna happen, huh? Might have an unfortunate accident. We could let competitive go off here, but I'm still comfortable clearing it. These chat drafters are ruthless. If I don't go at least 7 wins, it'll be hell to pay. That is not a bad competitive. I think I'm gonna go and clockwork the shredder so he can't boop it with the 1/6. Let it go off and just go face.
Right on time.
That's a cute combo, right? It's not on purpose because it was desperate measures, but repentance to get it to 1, competitive to buff the Ek to 1.
Your magic shall not save you.
Going in, chat. Going in. Got the bronze gatekeeper and the lackey for 2 extra phase.
Your rage sustains me.
I mean, he's dead on board, right? No, he's not dead on board, but was that really the most amount of health you were gonna have this turn? That was not the most amount of health he was gonna have this turn. Time to die! Boop.
Gul'dan versus the Thunder King.
I am the slayer of kings and gods. Your soul shall be mine.
Chat, it's your boy. Ready to be eaten by an evil genius. Or not.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
The Pega hands? Yeah. I gotta say, I'm not feeling the Pega hands.
The cavalry's here. Giddy up.
Not a Pega hands kind of man. We would have kept that frame bot if it weren't a soldier. We would have. That is completely right. I feel icky.
An autograph.
We're using
We're using real swords. Alright, not the 2 damage lackey, not the 2 damage lackey, not a Maelstrom portal, not anything. Go. It's not a Maelstrom portal. I'll be honest, I didn't specify. It's my bad. Entirely my bad. Entirely my bad there.
You smell like a leopard.
Opponent thinking, damn, a zoo deck. That's what we do. And then we jabait him. We hit him with the ogre. We hit him with the reaver. I guess drawing a card and putting a 5/4 on the board is better than a shredder. He said something was better than a shredder. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. Brrr. Not smorked down. We went really wide early. We had Lowly turn 1, Ponyman Coin turn 2, Mekaru and Thespian turn 3. And then he stormed, and then we just put Eckler down.
You can be whatever you want.
I thought he was gonna go solo the Murloc. Double time and double pay. Monka shake. Alright. Safe, kill the Dust Devil. I don't think I want him to Bloodlust and like go like 5-1 into my 0-5, right? But yeah. Little scary there. When they're bringing out the Dust Devil, you know they mean business, right? That's when you pay attention. You respect it. Yeah, that's a little bit too scary. Bloodlust would be really nice on that.
Magic detected.
Alright. That Rager has done some work. That's good enough. Eh? My man. No overload, right? So he can go in. I might actually trade it. So this happens, right? This happens. This happens. This trade plays around Fountain. If he goes Fountain, he can go in, trade, trade, and then my taunt is gone. And then he still has a 2-2. So the way how I see it is, he either doesn't have Fountain, and we're happy, or he has Fountain, and we're happy we did this. So it's kind of like win-win, right? Or he has Missile Launcher, and we missed 5 phase. But who has Missile Launcher these days? Doesn't happen. 1-1. Go. Well, hello there. War gear to 0-5 is almost always good here, right? He could crack into 5-4, but he could hex the 10-9, so. We're not happy now. You promise we'll be happy. He didn't have a fountain. Yay!
This time.
Gul'dan versus Lunara.
It's always possible, right? I look at my stream like,
Fight back.
huh,
Your
game, you're right. I am
soul shall be
offline.
mine.
This is a rerun. Clearly. Clearly. Hey, Digital Dummy. I haven't really looked at the new cards. I usually wait until they're all out. Then I review them. I review them for your viewing pleasure. You can watch me go like, what the fuck?
Short.
And you guys like, we knew he would say this. We knew he would say it about his card.
What shall we hunt?
What shall we hunt? Lowly Squire. Oh, God, man, I cannot speak. Lowly Squire wouldn't let himself get bullied like this. You got some food? Yeah, got some eggs and bacon this morning. Proper breakfast. Greetings from beyond the grave. You're watching a big mage draft right now. It's hilarious. It's good, right? It's good, yeah. Merps is like, oh god, no, another one. Just like, just sit back and relax, Merps. This is what we do. This is what we do, baby. I sort of want to just lowly tap, right? Just bam. Get that double inspire value. The other one will be coin implosion to 4-4, roll a 4, of course.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
Yeah. Inspire value right there. +1 health, +1 damage. Together, they're unbeatable. Okay.
Unleash the beast.
Alright. You gotta go for the confidence, guys. Not quite what I had imagined, but I didn't want to let the implosion know we had backup, but he was right next to the coil in the hand, so he knew, that dirty bastard knew, right? He's like, if I miss, it'll be fine. It's okay. That bastard knew. Alright.
We're using real swords.
Couple of druid cards that could be okay here, but he doesn't have any of those. Nope, just regular minions. All good. Never punish, never problems here.
Let's see.
Who drafts Swipe? I know, right? Swipe, Starfall, Spreading Plague. At 5 mana too, right? 5 mana Spreading Plague. Wow. Just butchered this Squire. He had a dream, man. He had a dream. Ooh. You served your Pepiga. I think I take it, yeah. I'm gonna have a 1-1 left over and I don't really want to play any of my mech cards. Boop, boop. Is spreading in? No, spreading is Knights of the Frozen Throne. I believe.
It's close.
And it's 6 mana these days, so.
Access denied.
Pretty okay. One of our mechs lived. It's funny how the Clockwork Knight is shining, but the War Gear isn't. I think I'm gonna go War Gear first, just for mana rate.
Right on time.
Is it 2-4 a mech? It is, but you have to play a spell in order to activate it. Guess it's okay to try. Why you no work?
Almost out of time.
I think I prefer it this way. Next turn, War Gear, Soulfire to kill him.
Where my trees at?
He landed it! The madman. Where my trees at? I'm sort of liking the Soulfire on the 3-4 to let the 2-4 trade a 2-2. Could get a tap and a Reaver in. Trade. He's gonna have 2 2-2s left. It's probably still better to have the Reaver off. That's better. No, it's not. It's not better. Always tap. If you go safe, Soulfire, you don't tap. So I was thinking about going safe, but with the 2 2-2s you leave them with, it's probably okay. Look out below. All right. Why would you kill an 8/8 anyway, right? That's going to hurt, man. That's going to hurt. So you could War Gear and make a massive Rager, but a 9 health Rager is good enough. Oh, I mean this one.
Right on time.
It's better to have the spread than the War Gear next turn.
Where shall I strike?
Time to die. Don't think he counted that right? It's alright. We'll give him some peace of mind.
Gul'dan versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer, your soul shall be mine.
Show him your horse. It's nothing dirty there. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Too hot? Was a little hot here, but I think it's pretty cool compared to where you are.
I know what you did.
She knows. She knows, chat. She knows. What if he has a secret? This could be scary.
Greetings from beyond the grave.
The classic 3-2 experience.
An autograph? I suppose.
Frame bot! Wouldn't have been in the hand.
Here, Stormy, Stormy.
Here, Stormy, Stormy. On the leaderboard, probably. I don't know how well we'll do, but... Combos! Kick, combo breaker. Like, getting a mecha or something makes things a lot more interesting. Alright.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Giddy up!
Well played, Shredder. Well played. If I got like a 1-1 out of it, I would just eat it with the Genius, but I don't think killing off a 3-2 with a Genius is worth it. I can get the Lucky a little later. It works like that? Yeah, I mean, your hero power deals damage. This says your hero power deals 1 extra damage. It sort of makes sense. I kind of like getting the mech out, but at the same time, should probably just do an uncontested ogre. Shredder wanted the buff, and he wasn't happy with that. Yeah, Shredder wasn't too happy we didn't war gear. I'm sure you know this, right, Nabla, but you can prioritize emotes over names. It means you'll draw better cards, because you've invested more health. Can't argue with that logic.
There is little time.
He's taking his time. That makes sense. Nobody wants to lose the Twitch chat, right? Professional gamer right there. I don't think it's better right now to eat one of the 1-1s and play Genius over Shredder, because you have Shredder with Microtech, but it might just be by default you go like, oh, let's go Microtech Genius, see what we get, but you'd have to get 2 lackeys you really want to play this turn, and bitty. So I think I'll just play my 3-2, trade the healing totem, smack him for 6 and see what he does.
You're in trouble now.
Seems fine. You're in trouble now. Getting close. Getting closer.
Giddy up!
One shot, 3 kills.
That's not worth my war gear, but it's funny.
Protocol 7.
If I put him to 7, he heals to 15. Trade, 6. God, might actually not be enough. I didn't do the math. When in doubt, more face, right? He puts the 5/6 into the ogre, puts the... Okay, never mind.
Gul'dan
fight with honor. Your soul shall be mine.
We didn't use our quest reroll. Right, you can reroll those now. It's true. The ones with the border didn't used to be able to be reroll. The ones with the border used to be not rerollable, or didn't used to be rerollable. Whatever. I guess we can reroll that one. Hello. I don't want to knock the shield off because then I give him a good use for the 1-2. It's too early for Kings. Seal of Champions, it's also better not to knock the shield off. Microtech makes little sense. So I'm assuming he's got a Bronze Herald. That trait doesn't make too much sense, but sure. Is Faceless Rager here a better play than Microtech Controller? Sure looks like it.
Your rage.
Can Microtech next turn in the hopes to preserve a mech for war gear.
Reporting for duty.
Muster for battle. Played on turn 4 instead of turn 3 in favor of a Templar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get a little face damage in here. We could trade, but the chance that he didn't use as a face and a 1-1 to kill it is pretty high. Hammer's fine. 4 mana, kill my 3-3. Go for it. If he now takes the 4... No. Oh god. Oh god.
Regret this.
Well, that happened. Pre-bum. Consecration in hand, or am I just paranoid? That's a nice little hedge, right? That's a nice little hedge. I was gonna go Bone Guard, but the Genius is nice here. Alright, well 14 health. Let's try to kill him before the quality comes in. You got offered 5 fountains. In most decks, you can at least take 4. The 5th one, I guess it depends a little bit. First of all, what is it up against? Second of all, do you have decent-ish curve? Do you have like Maelstrom or Lightning Storm and stuff? You left 1 for Crackle? Ooh. Crackle would be one of the cards I wouldn't skip it for, even when I had 4. Getting close. We getting close. 12, 14. I guess we look for a spell. The Knight does pressure him for 2, but then I'd have to tap. I got this as well. It's probably better to do this. They both go face, but Drain Life's cheaper, so I guess we'll take that. At that point, I didn't have much removal. Yeah, but I just hate Crackle, man. It's maybe it's more a personal thing. I really hate Crackle. Being able to point at face doesn't really do much either for like a quad fountain deck. So. Should we have eaten the 2-1 over 1-1 for a better chance of war gear? Well, I think first of all, it telegraphs it very heavily that you have mech synergy. And second of all, if he just takes the 2 from the 2-1, he can deal 1 with space damage. So I don't think so. So close!
Reporting for duty.
Don't worry, Lux. The cavalry's here.
You need like lay on hands now and then Nozari later.
Let me think.
Celiax, I guess. We'll just do it, yeah. Why is this guy so smirky?
Reporting for duty.
Gul'dan versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer. Your soul shall be mine.
Give me my Mekaru. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. Some poppin'.
Drag no stupid. So many possibilities.
I don't think it's a great timing for another Evil Genius. I think I rushed the 2-1 into his 2-3 and just accept it's a bit awkward. I'll make him a 3-2 because it doesn't really matter on the board. You don't like it. You definitely don't like it. There's a number of things you don't like here. You make the Throg a 3-2, but that's like the least of your worries. You play your mechs a turn too early. Yeah, it's much easier for him to clear them now. Because the war gear, right, curves out nicely after that. It's alright though. Alright. That was an excellent Feral Spirits.
For a little while, I pack a big punch.
I think you discover a spell here. But you could also just play a War Gear and see what he does. War Gear, see what he does, opens up some Shadow Flame potential. Yeah, finding Hellfire is obviously the dream, but you could also not find Hellfire and then it's a bit spooky. I think I'm liking the War Gear. Because you have some Sealy potential with Gatekeeper to War Gear and then Rager it, right? So there's some tremendous payouts available here. And it means that you can Shadow Flame on 7 maybe. But this is scary, yeah. Like a Steel Rager here is really nice for him. It's fine. Might still Shadow Flame even though we have our cool combo. The Shadow Flame is so clean, and there's another mech to do the combo with. I guess you're playing Ethereal then. The combo, it's too awkward if he has a Hex. I guess I could coil for the clear. Guess I'll take that. I think I want Soulfire here. Something fast. Then again, our hand is gonna be... Well, we still have an Evolve and stuff. I guess I could have coiled first, but whatever. We'll see. Doesn't really change things, right? That's fine.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Shadow Flame's such a nice stabilizing card. Oh, he's trading. Feels like he's got Fountain and he's not afraid to go long here. I can give my Shredder 8 health. He'd still have to double trade it.
I wonder.
This is where it's awkward because the normal play is just play 2 mechs. One of them survives. You go Bronze Gatekeeper and Faceless Rager. But if you play your mechs and he has Fountain, they don't survive. They die quite easily as well.
So many possibilities.
Stegotron is too easy of a kill as well. This is 4 and 2. You can make a big spider tank. That's 9. Technically kills an extra 1/1, but then you don't get the 2-drop. The 2-drop kills the 2/1 most likely. So now it's like Fountain, Fountain, 2-drop, trades. He's got a 1/1. Hopefully no more Fountain. He has 2 cards. You've won already. Have you played in this meta? I mean, I don't think you have, right? Because then you wouldn't make such a stupid comment. Alright. I think this is better. You don't understand? It doesn't surprise me. I know I'm being mean here, but I feel like your comment is so... Like, you didn't think through your comment at all, right? I'm literally talking out loud about how the Fountain can be awkward if you don't make the play we made exactly right there. If I just go on autopilot and instinctively just jam the Shredder and the tank, I get absolutely mauled by the Fountain. So, literally, as it's unfolding in front of your eyes, you still say, I can't understand. I'm assuming that you can understand, right? But you just use it as an expression because it's literally unfolding in front of your eyes why we do what we do. I guess soul firing one of the taunts is better and then trade the O3. If we war gear and we rager, it actually works quite nicely. How can we handle it better? He's left with 2 bodies though. It's pretty nasty. We should probably do that. If he has an Earthshock, he has an Earthshock. It's fine. You don't want to discard the taunt there? I feel like the board is going to be so nasty, he's just not going to get back on.
Protocol 7 engaged.
Why is it better to magnetize? You get a 5-10 instead of a 5-5 mainly. If not, I wouldn't magnetize. But the health on the Rager's pretty nice. I don't think we have a reason to tap right now. We're just fine, just chilling.
One day, I'll be a real master.
That was good timing. I'll give it to him. That was good timing. That was good timing. That was good timing. Alright. Good stuff. Thank you, Hearthstone.
Let the games begin. Your soul shall be mine.
Alright, so we could do this. We could do this. We could do this. But I don't like this. I think if you keep the 2, you keep the Shredder. And if you mull, you look for Evil Genius and Mecharoo's. I think because we can't coin, we just settle for this. If we had coin, I don't think I settle for this. Mecharoo, go.
An autograph? I suppose.
Access denied.
2 mana 3/2s, man. 2 mana 3/2s. Okay. That worked out okay. Oh, Spider Tank. I mean, I want the 5/5. That's actually an insane roll, right? Holy shit. He gets a Sinjin and a Manatite Totem. Holy shit. He gets rewarded for calling on the rocket. That's nasty. That could have been like a Razorfen Hunter and a 1/1 or something, right? Monkas. It's better he high rolls on 3, not 7 or 8. No, it's better that he wants to high roll on 7 and 8 and you kill him before it happens. That would be the goal, right? The goal, oh, so rewarded for the Shredder, holy shit. The goal would be for him to not have the chance to high roll. That'd be way nicer.
Right on time.
I agree with him not pre-hitting. It just didn't work out for him, but that can very easily be different. If the 1 damage is committed onto the 3/5, that's better for him because he has 2 1-health minions. Just kill every minion the mage ever plays. Well, because he has the early tempo now, we can't do that anymore. Oh my god, you're kidding. Woo! It's one of those games, chat. I don't think I'll be able to pull this one back for you. And he's got the immediate DRAM. That is rough, my man. That is rough. Good thing a 6 mana 8/8 would be okay, so we're not feeling the deramping too much right now. What are the worst classes in Arena right now? Probably Hunter, Priest, Warrior. Warlock and Shaman sort of float. I guess
Interesting.
Warlock, Shaman, and perhaps Paladin. I'm not sure. They sort of float in the middle. And at the top you have Rogue, Druid, Mage. That's how I would classify them right now. Rogue, Druid, Mage, Paladin, Warlock, Shaman. And then the order doesn't really matter too much. It's Warrior, Hunter, Priest at the bottom. Well, this is what we drafted it for, chat. The combo.
Your race.
My hand is full.
Oh man.
Important job gets special bomb.
Important job, get special bomb. Alright, implosion, roll a 4, trade the tank, easy clap. Or trade with the Fel Reaver, hit him in the face, play the Stegodron and the Squire. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I think Fel Reaver might have gotten us through, boys. It was looking grim, and then our opponent went full Pepega because we have a Fel Reaver. You think Paladin's pretty strong? Every time I start a run with a Paladin, I end up with 7 wins or more.
Perhaps.
That's a one-person sample size right there, though. So, I'm not saying Paladin is weak. I think it would be top of the second bucket, but I don't think it's as strong as the other ones. Being Rogue, Druid, or Mage. At 7-0, right? At 7-0, he went full Pepega into the Reaver, and we have a good chance. I think we went from like, what was that, a 20% chance to win to like a 40-something% chance to win? Maybe even more. Ooh, that's not taunt. War Gear? I have Coil on my 1-1 to draw as well, so I think we go for it. It's 50% chance we kill him, right? Fel Reaver, 100%. Yeah, 8-8 with upside for 5. It's so silly. That card is so good. So good. Miroro, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Digital Dummy. Welcome, Digital Dummy. Thank you for your 23rd sub gift. Miroro, very generous. Thank you so much. None of these cards are Mekaru. Nope, still no Mekaru. Still no Mekaru. Starting to get a little scared here, chat. Where's a Mekaru? Yeah, the deer. Oh, what? 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 I guess we're eating later. We got a curve now. What is this? Chat. We're on you. What is this crap?
Don't worry, love. The cavalry's here. Get in.
It pains me to say that this is Europe. Ancestral knowledge on 2.
What to do?
I guess he's just, yeah, he's just drawing for his fountains, right? The earlier you draw the fountains, the better. Smiley face. I can't kill all the mechs anyway, so maybe just boop the clockwork or even the 2-1. Just to get a little bit more efficiency. I guess I could deny him this. He's always going to trade it anyway, so... He had to do it because his hand was already filled with fountains. I guess if you don't have a play that turn, and you don't have a play the second turn, maybe. Got something to hide? Nope, nothing to hide here. We can kill all the mechs with Implosion, yeah, but we're also pushing 0 phase damage. We're throwing up to 4 damage on one target. Blah. Blah, blah, blah. Not one target, one health target.
What to do?
I think the general consensus is that you see a lot of potato plays on every realm or every server, and that there are strong players on every server. The one thing you can go off is win rates. The win rates on EU are the highest. No, the win rates on Asia. No, yeah, the win rates on EU are the highest and the lowest on Asia. And then you can work with that data and interpret it as you please.
Show me.
And when I say the win rates, I refer to the leaderboard win rates, of course. The average win rates on each server is the same, of course. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. But of course.
What a tragedy. Show me.
Job done.
We actually have a drain life, so this actually does something. What do you think about Generate a Beast 4/4 for 7 mana? What card is that?
I wonder.
Menagerie Warden's a 6/5/5, right? And that's copy. If it's a new card, I don't look at the new cards. I look at them when they're all revealed. Maelstrom. Doesn't Drain Life have to heal a minion for it to activate? I don't think so. Oh, it is. Did they change this? I think it used to work on face. Back in my day. One of the new old cards. I see, I see. Right, so we have this one turn where we can't fountain. If I push face, he goes to 13. If I play an ogre and a squire and he free kills a squire, we have 8 plus 2. I need to pull 3 damage out of this, which is unlikely. So I guess we kill it.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
So we'll have one turn to try and make the most fountain unfriendly board we can. It's probably going to depend on whether he has a hex or not. If he has a hex, I think we lose. It's not a hex. Definitely not a hex. Feels like Implosion is in order here because we have the Genius as well. I feel like we're just gonna play these, so no tap. I wanted to attack with one of the imps.
We're using
Top deck the hex. So this is, do we tap first or do we coil first? The way how I see it, we're gonna have to trade something in anyway. So then I guess we may as well coil it. Because it could matter on the mana. This way we give him minimal healing. Does the tap make sense now? I can't hit any of my 5s, right, and play him. The tap juices up this guy. I guess so. I'm not really playing much else, right? Alright. Need to get a mech down for that.
we're using
So we could have sacked more. Like, if that was a regular 2/6, I would have sacked more minions. But every minion I sack gives him 2 health. There's a fountain. Oh, he's not killing the mech. Oof. He's not killing the mech, boys. I thought he was gonna full kill the Mekaru. Maybe it was a little bit too... Like, I thought it was obvious, right? Because it was like, oh, I'm just jam the Mekaru, but maybe he's just like, oh, it's a Mekaru. It doesn't matter. You could rush a Fel Reaver at some point, but I think War Gear trade and put a Fel Reaver down is probably just better, right? He's gonna be at 19, so 16 after the hits. It's threatening lethal. Look for a spell. If you look for a spell, it comes at a very heavy price, meaning you can't go double 5, and double 5 is pretty good, so... That's easy to find. Yeah, I make it as easy as possible. Tribe called Quiznos? He had to hex one turn too late, that was big. If he had hexed into Fountain, we wouldn't have been able to pressure him like this. I think... Oh, we definitely have lethal if he does that.
Your rage sustains.
Nice. Nice.
Gul'dan versus Maiev.
Escape my fury.
Your soul shall be mine.
What has a 3-2 ever done for me, right? That's better. Probably tank into maybe that. I don't think a 2-6 is that, like, insane. Doesn't really cause that much trouble.
Double time and double play.
Noel, thank you for the 13 months. Welcome back. Feeling so old. Nah. Alright, thank you so much for that. Welcome back. Bronze Gatekeeper here insta loses to the poison guy, so that's a big no-no. I think it's horse and trade and clear.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
That card made Rogue even more annoying. Before they had the poison guy, I might have just magnetized and gone face and say, you solve it on 4 mana. But they have a very good answer for 4 mana right now, so you just can't do it. Gatekeeper, trait, coil, trait is... blech. It's blech. So let's not do that. This gets a 5-6 on the board, strips 5 health off, doesn't pop a shredder. Yeah, this means we could still kill it with the coil next round. Sure thing. Alright. So normally I would like play my Heckler first, but there's a decent chance we'll cast Implosion anyway, so I'll start with Coil. And the reason I do that is for Mana Wraith. Ooh. Well, don't mind if I do.
Your mother was a murderer.
If he wants to take 5 by going in, be my guest. If I Implosion here, I could roll a 2 and then get wrecked. The 5/4 is not that dangerous. It could get Betrayal, which is pretty awkward, but usually it's fine.
Think.
This is just pressure. Pressure, 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 pressure. It's the 5. Excellent. The Fel Reaver threatens lethal if he kills the 5/6, but the Fel Reaver is a way bigger swing if he has a removal. So I'm just gonna take it slow. I think we're pressuring him enough to not go all in.
What a tragedy. Better write this down.
I think even if he has an answer now, we still have a reasonable shot. Whereas if you Fel Reaver and he has an answer, it's a lot more annoying to deal with. The most logical one would be Poison Guy on the 1/1, but he could also have a Contract. He could also have an Assassinate. If it's a Sap, it's similar, but that's just Sap. So that's the main thing here, because if you Fel Reaver, it's 8 damage. If he kills the Soldier now, you don't have lethal. That's the main reason you'd play a Fel Reaver here, but Fel Reaver gets hit by too many things. Yeah, 5 and 3 would have killed the Reaver. Now we get to keep the Scribe. Implosion to 3/2 seems fine. It's not that I don't want to play a Reaver, just that I feel it doesn't do that much. I like playing the Gatekeeper here to block the 6/6. I think we win. I think it's fine, but we have this next turn in case we don't win, so... Why did Czech pick a Soldier? Don't you give me that crap now. Soldier was good here for sure, but we know that. But there's no way a Soldier is better in this deck than a Framebot is. Look at this deck. 2 War Gears, Clockwork, Knights. And if you do snipe me, just don't kill any mechs. The mechs are fine, they're harmless.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
All right. This or this. This means settle for a Bone Guard on 2, coin 4 drops. This is give me my Mecha and my Evil Genius. And I think I want this because I think a 10-win mage will just piggy this every time and it's just going to die for nothing. If I'm not keeping a 3/2, then the Soldier doesn't do much. Alright, we're close. Just need the Mecha now. We got the Imps, so worst case, we'll just wait until 5. Oh. Chat, why do we have so many 3/2s? I definitely agreed with one of them. The Bone Guard was very, very late and we just didn't have any 2-mana cards. And if you are on the play, you just do not have the luxury to coin 3 drops. There's no coin. I know that on the play is better, but in this deck on the coin, I think it's better because your turn 2 kind of sucks.
What to
So
do? What to do?
it's understandable that we picked the 3/2. But if I'm on the coin, I'm not keeping 3/2s. It's just worthless, right? Just give me 3 drops instead. This feels like a pretty good moment to Evil Genius, and then we'll get the 2 damage lucky and 2/2. There we go. All plan. So now we got Implosion or Ponyman Discover a Spell. Feels like an Implosion. We have the 1/1 to back it up, but we're not going to need that. Implosion's a good card. The reason why we're pretty happy with Implosion is we just checked him, right? We had Microtech on 3, he didn't punish. We had a big spread on 4, he didn't punish. So making a bunch of 1/1s is a good idea. It's my bad, my bad. If there was no 1/1 on the board, the Implosion wouldn't have done that. That's totally my bad, I'm sorry, chat. But yeah, that was a good read, right? Like, we don't mind like spamming the board with 1/1s because he clearly didn't have it, or he's being very, very cautious with it, but it's fine. You didn't believe? Honestly, I should have just removed that 1/1 off the board and been like, all right, Implosion, it's do or die. We burnt the boats. Go. And then it rolls a 2 anyway. It's like,
He's time for a little blood.
he's tired for
Don't worry,
little
loves.
blood.
The cavalry's here.
All right. Bunch of 1/1s, eh? 1 health, Pog. A Mortal Coil actually helps the mana here. Don't hate it. Ah, yes. Inferno's actually not the craziest. Inferno trade, you're left with a 2/1. It's probably not the play though. You could just horse, trade, and then you're left with a 2/1 and a 1/1 either way. Hellfire deals phase damage. Shadow Bolt's a little easier to target with. I don't really have anything to deal with a Scribe, so you couldn't pick Inferno for that. How much power am I going to have left? Horsey in here, trade. I'm going to have 3 power, so if he plays a Scribe, we react with our own Scribe, we go face. He goes face, he plays Conjurer's Calling. I have Hellfire for the 1/1s, and then Drain Life on turn 7 to snipe one. Yeah, it's actually good. So if he Conjures Calling the Scribe on turn 7, we know what to do.
The cavalry's here.
Show them no mercy.
Normal Scribe. Feels okay. No mech. Feels bad, man. Not playing Scribe is usually just wrong. I just have the War Gear, so getting the safe online is a play, but I don't like it.
What a tragedy.
Giddy up.
I could have actually put the 1/1 in to prevent trade and Conjurer's Calling. It's because I have the AoE that I'm not too interested. I think you should pre the 1/1. Yeah, I thought about it. But then he'd be killing a Scribe, and nobody kills a Scribe, right?
A new Balore
He
Delana.
killed the Scribe. I'm shocked. How can you ever win a game if you kill Scribes? This is ridiculous. Outrageous, I tell you. This man is killing Scribes. Getting away with it. It's not good, chat. It's not good. You can start by saying that. I think we play the safe. We kill the 4/4. He trades it. We get the 0/5. We War Gear. We Rager. We have 2 big dudes, and we hope that's enough. If he has the flip spare parts, we're screwed. It's gonna be a 10 health minion as well, so Dig Day doesn't work.
Safety restrictions offline. Harvesting servos. Engage.
I don't think we can go on with the plan. We have to now kill his guy instead. But other people don't get to kill this, so at least we get to kill it. That's something, right? It could have been worse. This is pretty darn bad, but it could have been worse. But yeah, Foe Reaper is just one of the most scary old school legendaries. Kraken, and it's probably just over. No, no Kraken. Probably not a fist either. It's a fairly okay fist. So with the knowledge of no Shovel Fist or Kraken, the Arnasi looks a lot better.
A real page turner.
Hellfire something something is a play. He's got a spare part and a spare part, right? Hasn't used any. So he's got 2 actual cards and 2 spare parts. This is not that bad. The main problem here with Hellfire is that your mana usage afterwards is just terrible. So I might just go Arnasi and Faceless Rager because he sort of told us he doesn't have a punish for the Arnasi. Oh, he's got a 5-cost spell or more. That's true. Arnasi dies to Portal Ping. But he had a good Portal, right? He had a good Kraken. Yeah, this is a Portal. So it's not Portal. Flamelands, Flame Strike, Power of Creation? No, you play Power here. Flame Strike or Lance right now, I think. Lance is good against this, but I don't have enough time to change my play. I guess he will Lance here anyway, doesn't matter. No, you don't have Power. You trade and you play Power. Power gets played last turn every time. Like, how do you prefer this board over Power, right? You don't. So I think Flame Strike, Blizzard, Flame Lance, 2 spare parts, 2 random cards. No Fist, no Kraken, no Portal over here. The switch. Blast Wave. It's not in Arena right now. Was a Flame Strike. Maybe we should have Hellfire. Oh, the Hellfire was so shit on the mana. It's weird, but now your Hellfire is better. Oh, yes, that is good. Don't mind if I do. 14 cards left. 9 cards milled. 5 cards left. Yeah. He had to flip. I think it was the one of the Death Rattle. So the Toshli was still alive when the safe was dead. This is the one he got from the Battle Cry from the Toshli. So the other one was from the Death Rattle. I think you can play Shredder here as well. It's not a big deal. If I lose, it's probably this decision. But then again, if you play Shredder and he plays a Bull-Fist Ogre, you don't have a Fel Reaver on the board, so... Right, it's
Not just the
it's like
city
that.
of pages.
Glory to the Sindori.
Really?
Time runs out on you.
Really? I think we genius it, right? He's expecting to deck us next turn and we can say no. Trade the 6/6 Genius and Stegotron is actually really nice. He's gonna deck us and then ping it, so we can kill it off. Evolve would have been sweet, but I think this was fine. Oh. Ooh, we can go for the sexy play. Still better than a dead Stegotron, right?
Unity, precision, perfection.
A bit of a low roll, but still, it was going to be a 5-1 that was going to get pinged off. A 5-5 still just way better than a dead minion, right? That's not sexy. Ah, it's fine.
Greetings from beyond.
Pyroblast in hand? It's a spare part, far left. It's not freeze, 100%.
My eyes are open.
The top deck Flame Strike is actually still really awkward if we don't kill the 3/3. And I don't think we have to go in Pyroblast range.
So many possibilities.
This is 6 damage. This is also 6 damage over 2 turns. Don't think it matters. Don't think it matters. Because you can trade with the 3/3, right? After you tap, and then you just like ping that instead of 5/1. But then you have to go into Pyro range. So I think it's way better to sack the 5/1, get the 3/3 out twice.
You win.
Woo! Damn. Clutch. Clutch.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
Brothers of the mind rejoice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Raise your pick and raise your voice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Down and down into the deep. Who knows what we'll find beneath? Diamonds, rubies, gold and more. Hidden in the mountain's floor. Born underground, suffer from a teeth of snow. Raised in the dark, the safety of a mountain home. Skin made of iron, steel in our bones. To dig and dig makes the street. Come on,
It's a pretty sweet hand. Do some solid memes with this. I don't think it lives until then. So I think we try to find a genius or soldier or shredder. That book might save him. Never mind. Cheat out one more health this way, right? And health is pretty important here. Or not. It's painful. Flame cannon pretty good, but that would have been too easy, right, for the last boss. We would have just won on turn 3 with a Rager.
run! I will hold them off. Born underground, suffer from a teeth of snow. Raised in the dark, the safety of a mountain.
We haven't lost yet, right? We just lost our cheese. We were gonna cheese him early. Now we just have to find another way to win. Like I said, it would have been maybe a little bit too easy if we got the cheese off. Oh, that was about to say, man, that was really well timed, that mech kill. Whoopsie! He couldn't resist the 4-face. Ooh, that makes things a lot better for us. Feels cheap to win before the song's over. That was really good for us. Yep. That could have been really annoying, and it wasn't. I mean, I get it. I'm a warlock. You want to hit me in the face, right? It's understandable. If I play Arnasi, Flameland's ping is really annoying. Was it right of him to go face? I've already shown him some mech synergy, so I would have traded, but it's tempting. And maybe in the heat of battle I would have forgotten about it, right?
So many possibilities.
Trying to figure out whether I should play a Stego or whether I should play an Arnasi. I don't think I want to play safe because he gets to hit the 0-5 with the 3-2. I don't want to trade into this 3-2. It almost feels like he wants it to trade. It means Portal is a play if I trade. I don't want Portal to be a play. The logic tells me to play this, but this feels better to get it out right now with the mech synergy coming in. Also, he knows I have Arnasi, so we deny him a little bit of information now. He doesn't know I have a second big taunt in hand. And a third. I guess it's okay. The combination of the Stegotron being a mech and us still having some mech synergy left, and the information that we have in Arnasi makes it okay. That's called Diggy Diggy Hole, second king.
What you want?
This feels highly inefficient. As in, like, there's no way this is the right move, right? Like, I don't have Conjure's Calling, right? Why is he panicking to kill my board? So Bone Guard tap Spider Tank is mana efficient. But then he can portal me. And an 11-0 mage is probably going to pack some portals. So I think I'm going to play the Stegotron now. Because this is the last turn, he can't portal ping it. If I do the other play, he'll portal the Spider Tank and it's weird. Smoke-ass. Slightly less smoke-ass. Unfortunately, we have to kill that because of Conjurer's Calling. So I guess we have to Coil Implosion, copy the health, and then he goes Portal Ping, and I have some 1/1s left, and I have a safe and something. Alright.
Your rage sustains.
Roll 2? Well, we only needed 2, so... We can go back into a Shovel Fist now, that's pretty huge.
Did someone say bomb?
Nope, no bombs here, please go away. Like, literally 0 bombs requested. Please leave. So I don't want to allow Conjures on the Soldier, so I want to trade the 1/1s in before I play the save. But if he has a Portal on the save, he will put his 5/4 into the 0/5 with almost no consequence. So how do I then deal well with a 5/4? Microtech is 4 power, but he can ping the 2/1. So that means I have 2 1/1s left. It's awkward. I don't see the answer right now.
Almost out of time.
I guess play around what you can play around, right? play around the conjures and accept that the portal is awkward. Conjures on 4 is about the cheapest you're gonna get out of his hand. No, Conjures on a 4-drop that's on 2 health after free killing your 6-drop is not the same as Conjures on a 4-drop. It's very different, right? It's like he gets 3 4-drops out of it instead of 2. Because the first one has already gotten value. Wargear is a really big hit. Clockwork Knight is kind of okay. Mortal Coil doesn't help.
So many possibilities.
4, 7, 9. I could still play a Lucky if I do it like this.
Greetings from beyond. Almost out of time.
He's like, wow, he made it to 11 wins by playing a Fel Reaver. Lol. Can you imagine drafting a Fel Reaver and then lucking your way to 11? Ha 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 ha. Imagine getting up the way up to 11 with Fel Reaver without anyone punishing him. Let me show him how you punish a Fel Reaver. I'm about to go to town on this fool. There, another 3. Take that. Oh yeah, you feeling the burn? Alright. Yeah, that's right, fool. All your cards are gone.
Time runs out on me.
Protocol 7.
You die to Pyro, but I mean, you don't win if you don't hit him in the face here. He can kill it,
The
right?
light compels you.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Do you... Alright, he's killing it. I was about to say, do you kill it? Or do you ignore it? I'm not sure if I'm him. I guess I'd kill it, yeah. I guess I'd kill it.
Don't worry, love. The cavalry.
Huh? And you didn't hear Gul'dan saying, I'm out of cards! Can we get there? Don't think so. But, you know. Let's see.
The might of Dalaran has arrived.
Ping, trade, push 7. No, don't think so.
Don't mess with
Playing a card here over pinging, really. Go face with all, clears the board, he's on 1, GG. Unfortunate. Would have been so nice, right, to kill the guy. He's all like smug, like, well, thank you, you played a Fel Reaver. There's no way we can get there, right? 7/7 trades to 5/4. Trade, ping. Okay. What if he drafted Flame Leviathan? Sure, why not? I give him 2 turns for Flame Leviathan. It's an actual possibility, so Unless he's gonna rope us, then. Well, actually, let me get some stretching in while he thinks he's DMing us.
Save yourselves.
GG.
My magic will tear you apart.
No Flame Leviathan there. It's just this, it's this illogical, it's this illogical hatred of Fel Reaver. Like, Fel Reaver just smorked us all the way to 11-0. And even without playing the Reaver, we might not get there, so you don't know if the Reaver is the one that cost us. It's so Puff Puff Pass. First of all, I am one that's like, whatever, let people emote, it's fine. But generally speaking, if you win the match and you can't find it in yourself to be a gracious winner, usually that does say something about the character. Like, if winning is not enough, if you have to rub it in afterwards, that usually says something about your character, right? If you see how people handle a win, do they need to gloat? Do they need to rub it in that they won? To me, that does tell something about your character. So I don't think it's completely irrelevant. But once again, it's fine. Like, it's not like I'm sitting here like, oh, what an asshole, right? It's just, you know. I think at some point you get over that. Some people don't, but I think most people get over that. You win, it's fine, be gracious about it. It's cool.
Stop copying me! Stop copying me!
We have Magnetic in the hand, so the Rager probably gets better. Just jam a Shredder. The numbers are pretty awkward from here. Yeah, of course. I mean, if your opponent has been less than an ideal sportsman themselves during the game, responding in kind, I find, is a little bit different. You can even go the level beyond that and say, despite you acting like a baby, I'm going to give you the GG. It's all good, right? You can go even further, right? You can go beyond what is expected of you. You know how to launch the volcano? I think so. It's like dunk, 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 dunk. No. No. Which one is it again? There we go. The classic third try. Or fourth try. Puff Puff Pass, thank you for subbing, man. Appreciate that. I think if he bothers killing the Shredder, you get the faceless on the 8/8, and then you probably just win. If he's not investing his minions in killing the 8/8, so I think you just miss face if you trade with your Shredder. I guess it's Evil Genius, if that's his order. He knows the 1/1 goes face every time. I don't know. So far the 8/8. So. That's what I thought, right? He's gonna invest his resources in killing the 8/8, so probably face with Shredder. He actually got the Jeeves value. That's cool. That's cool. I will Soulfire for Jeeves value. All right. So, what is our reply here?
I wonder.
Me too, Gul'dan. Me too. Ideally, I want to get this scribe down, but a save does handle his board quite nicely.
So many.
And do I stop to ignore? I don't think I actually kill Jeeves because the 1/4 is actually pretty awkward. I could save and kill the 2/2. That's pretty annoying for him. Then he has to throw Jeeves a 1/1 and a 3/2 into the save. And then my Shredder lives to trade the tank the turn after. I think I kind of want to. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit too dangerous to just go in with the scribe. The 2/2 and the 3/2 were going to trade the save quite nicely. Now he has to throw the Jeeves in, which is pretty weird. Your instinct is if you're trading, you're killing Jeeves, but he'd have to play 2 cards here, and then he draws a card as a Warlock. It's like, okay, you get to draw a card as a Warlock. You get to, you know, not spend 2 mana and 2 health on it. But still, you were a Warlock. I was never going to run you out of cards. And hey, SL Complex. He's like, you left the Jeeves alive. You will pay for this. If it's mech synergy, easy phase. Easy phase. God damn it, I hate when they're right. What? That can't be right. Okay. I must attack the minion with taunt.
Let me get that.
I had hoped for there to be a 0/5 on the board that I could face this. I think we've delayed the scribe long enough.
What a tragedy! One day, I'll be a real knight.
Him being able to deal with the safe that way, that's annoying. Because next turn we have 3/3/2, smack him for 6 and say, clear my scribe, or you have to kill everything besides the scribe. That changes things. I mean, we have a trade, right? And he's still tapping with Jeeves as well. We could then Ponyman the 2/2 and put a Bone Guard down. We're gonna have 4 1/1s, a 5/4, a 2/1, and a 3/2 full board. You could save this for Ogre, but I think we need the pressure now.
Your rage sustains me.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry.
Let me get that.
And I get a Jeeves card! Alright.
Well played.
It's a whole lot of damage if he's got lethal here. War Gear is 9. Soulfire. No, it's not enough. War Gear Soulfire doesn't kill us. It's got a Hellfire? He goes to 8. It's not a Hellfire. It's 3 damage. He was looking at Jeeves into the 5/4. It's either that or he's preparing to double trade and he's just like, well played, I guess I lose. Okay, it's that. I don't think you tap, so you do this, you do this, you do this, this. And then you either summon 2 dudes or you put the taunt out. The taunt gets farmed.
Well played.
An autograph?
Lethal, implosion to face. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, it's cool.
Dig Day is fine.
I wonder. It's clobbering time.
An autograph?
Well,
I suppose.
well played.
That's drafted at 11 wins. Good job, chat. The reason we went 12 is also the reason we went 12-1. Foul Reaver. This was a beauty of a deck, right? Double Genius. The coils were really useful as well. The Faceless Rager, right? We picked it early and it was sort of an investment and it really worked out. The war, like, this is the thing, right? While we were drafting, there was this tendency of like, oh, it's too much, oh, it's too much. And I'm like, don't be afraid, chat. Just, you know, we have 2 Foul Reavers, a Clockwork Knight, and a War Gear. It's like, can we really pick this War Gear? And obviously, I couldn't really say anything, but then the pick resulted in, I think it was close, but still reasonable, right? Like where we picked the 5th good mech 5-drop, and I'm like, yes, it's definitely not too much. Just keep bringing it in. I think he said well played too much in order to play, but I guess we can see. Getting rewards. I guess he won 11. Twitch chat, we made a friend.